Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, illuminating your path.
I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
And I'm Lunaria, Selene, your intuitive guide. We bridge celestial wisdom,
Unlock your modern path.
discover guiding starlight insights.
Explore powerful cosmic energies. How do planetary transits shape your story today?
Okay, so let's dive in. We're going deep today, really unpacking the cosmic landscape, specifically for you if you're navigating 2025 with a Libra Sun and Taurus Rising.
And we're working entirely from this fascinating ASTRALX material that's been provided. It paints such a specific, really vivid picture for the year ahead.
It really does. And it starts right off by giving a kind of core energy for this combination, an archetype.
Yeah, what's really cool here is how it introduces the aesthetic alchemist. That's the core archetype it identifies for someone holding both that Libra Sun and the Taurus Rising energy.
The aesthetic alchemist, I like that. It sounds like a blend of, well, groundedness and art.
Exactly. It's that beautiful mix of like earthly grounding and this really refined artistry. The source breaks it down further.
Yeah.
So your Taurus Rising is described as the granite steward, think deep roots, fertile stability, like a guardian of tangible beauty, the solid earth.
Right, the foundation. That makes sense for Taurus Rising.
Totally. And then your Libra Sun, that's the golden mediator.
Yeah.
This is all about relational balance, that Venusian grace, the innate ability to find harmony, to transform discord.
Through connection, through relating, the artistry of it.
Precisely. The art, the diplomacy.
And the source material really shows how these two work together, doesn't it?
Beautifully, yeah. He says the steward, the Taurus part, provides that really solid, unshakable foundation, the rich soil kind of, where the mediator's artistry can actually grow and build something lasting.
And then the Libra side teaches the Taurus side something too.
Exactly. The mediator teaches the steward that real beauty isn't just like static or something you own. It's dynamic. It blooms most fully through connection, through relationship, through that balancing act. They refine each other.
I love that. So they interact.
Constantly. And so when you bring these two energies together for 2025, the source reveals this combined archetype. You are the Sculptor of Peace.
Wow.
Architect of sensual harmony, Gardener of Justice. It's quite a title.
That title alone feels significant, like a real call to action for the year ahead.
Which leads us to the next big question, right? With this identity, the Sculptor of Peace, how do the actual planetary movements of 2025 play into this? The ASTRALX material calls it a complex cosmic dance.
A cosmic dance. Okay, let's break down those steps. Where does the material start with the planets?
It gets really interesting here. The first major player highlighted is Pluto, now firmly in Aquarius and sitting in your 8th house. The source gives us a powerful label, the intimacy revolution.
Pluto in the 8th, that's
yeah.
usually pretty deep transformative stuff, isn't it? Shared resources, power.
Exactly. It's a profound force, breaking down old structures around, yes, shared resources, power dynamics in your closest bonds, even the very nature of deep psychological connection. For your Libra relational artistry, this isn't just a minor adjustment. It's demanding a revolution in how you do intimacy.
A revolution? How so?
Well, the source introduces this really interesting concept it calls quantum entanglement.
Okay.
It suggests that as your personal partnerships, especially those really deep 8th house ones, transform under Pluto, those shifts actually instantly impact and reconfigure collective power dynamics.
Wow. So my personal stuff affects the bigger picture.
That's the assertion, that your courage in facing intimacy issues is potent on a much larger scale. Your personal healing is, well, quantumly entangled with collective shifts.
That's huge.
Well,
okay, what's next in this cosmic dance?
Then we have Neptune. It's shifted into Aries, settling into your 9th house. And the source describes this one as the Dogma Dissolver.
The Dogma Dissolver. Neptune in the 9th, house of beliefs, philosophies. So it's about questioning things.
Absolutely. Neptune brings that misty spiritual energy. But in Aries, it's got this kind of pioneering, maybe even disorienting edge. It's actively melting down rigid philosophies, cultural conditioning you've inherited, unquestioned beliefs about truth and meaning.
So it forces you to look at what you really believe.
Precisely. It demands you ask, whose truths are you living by? Are they genuinely yours? The source uses another quantum concept here, wave-particle duality.
Like in physics, how does that apply?
Think about light. It acts like a particle sometimes, a defined thing. and sometimes like a flowing wave. The source asks, are you just projecting a carefully polished particle, that perfect Libra image of balance, or are you letting the full, maybe messy sovereign wave of your unique Aries-tinged truth flow?
Dropping the performance, basically.
Exactly. Embodying your authentic spiritual truth, even if it messes up that neat particle image, is a really potent call.
That distinction, particle versus wave, is really key for this year then. Okay, who else is dancing?
Well, we have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, blessings. It makes a big move mid-year from your 4th house into your 5th house around May 25th. The source calls this the resonant hearth and stage.
Hearth and stage. So home life and then creativity, public life.
Pretty much. While Jupiter is in your 4th house early in the year, it's expanding your emotional intelligence, your connection to home, family, roots, bringing blessings to your security.
Okay, nice foundation.
Right. But then, moving into the 5th house on May 25th, it just supercharges your creativity, your self-expression, joy, romance, all that 5th house stuff.
So the focus shifts outwards.
Yes, and the source points out that your natural Libra charm, it becomes less about just smoothing things over and more about magnetic artistry. You draw people in through expressing your authentic joy and creative fire. It's about expanding your capacity for love, play, sharing your gifts.
Love that. Okay, one more major player in this quartet.
Yes, Saturn. It's in retrograde in Pisces, and it's sitting in your 10th house. This one's described with some real weight. Karmic legacy codes.
Karmic legacy codes. Saturn in the 10th, that's career, reputation, public image, right?
Exactly. And Saturn here, especially in Pisces and retrograde, it forces a deep restructuring. Not just your external path, but potentially digging up inherited ancestral burdens, old patterns around duty versus desire.
So figuring out what you're really meant to do versus what you feel you should do?
That's the core of it. Discerning duty from true destiny. It demands you build a legacy that's truly authentic, aligned with your highest truth as that sculptor of peace. It's heavy but important work.
Definitely sounds like it. So that's the big picture forecast, but the ASTRALX material goes deeper, right, into how this might actually feel.
It does. It delves into what it calls somatic astrology, how these energies, your blueprint, might show up physically. It views your body as your living atelier.
Your living atelier. I like that. So connecting the stars to the body, how does that work for Taurus Rising?
Well, for Taurus Rising, the source points to a tendency for tension, maybe in the throat, neck, jaw area. Maybe from swallowing truths, or just that physical stiffness mirroring feeling stuck. Yeah, I can see that for Taurus. What's the suggestion?
Simple but effective. Warm oil massages around there, or even just humming, using vibration to release that stuck energy.
Okay, and for the Libra Sun?
The source highlights sensitivity potentially in the kidneys, lower back, the sacrum area. This can physically reflect how balanced or unbalanced your relationships feel. Feeling weak when things are off, or warm and strong when they're harmonious.
Interesting. Is there a practice for that?
Yeah, placing rose quartz, stone of love and harmony over the kidneys for soothing and energetic support.
Simple. I like it. What about those big transits, like Pluto on the 8th?
Good question. With that intense Pluto energy, the source suggests those power shifts and deep psychological dives might be felt physically, maybe as heat rising in the pelvis or even like tingling palms, signs of that deep energy exchange.
Wow, and how do you handle that? Grounding. It suggests using hematite, a really grounding stone, maybe placing it at your root chakra to help anchor that intensity.
Okay, grounding makes sense. And Neptune dissolving dogmas in the 9th, how might that feel?
That Neptune transit, the truth crises, or foggy thinking it can stir up. The source suggests it might manifest physically as, well, a foggy head, or maybe literally feeling cold feet when you're facing a leap of faith or challenging an old belief.
Cold feet literally. What's the fix?
Incredibly simple, but powerful.
Well,
barefoot grounding, just getting your feet on the grass, reconnecting directly with that stabilizing earth energy of your Taurus rising.
Back to basics. I love it.
And there's one specific time window mentioned too. When Mars transits Cancer from July 20th to September 4th, the source calls this emotional terracotta.
Emotional terracotta. What does that mean?
Think intense, protective, watery energy. It could feel like a strong warmth in the chest, like protecting your heart, or maybe heavy hands, like you need to act on unexpressed boundaries or feelings.
So feeling protective or needing to shape things.
Exactly. And the practice offered is literally sculpting with clay while setting intentions, using those activated hands to physically shape your emotional landscape, set boundaries, articulate desires.
That's really creative, connecting the celestial, the physical, and the creative act.
It offers such a grounded way to engage with the year's energy. And the source doesn't stop there. It draws these fascinating lines through history, pointing to figures who apparently embodied this archetype. Echoes of the sculptor, it calls them.
Oh, like who?
Well, it highlights individuals who seem to blend that Libra grace and justice-seeking with Taurus steadfastness and earthiness. Mahatma Gandhi is the first example. Libra Sun, Taurus Rising.
Ah, okay, I can see that.
A revolutionary peacemaker, right?
Hmm.
His Taurus endurance gave the foundation for his Libra diplomacy and nonviolent action. The source frames his legacy as beauty weaponized as political alchemy.
Wow. Okay, who else?
Oscar Wilde, also listed as Libra Sun, Taurus Rising. His Taurus side loved sensory pleasure, beauty, but his Libra wit and aesthetic principles were sharp social commentary, like intellectual sculpture. His legacy, art as resistance through exquisite balance.
Fascinating connection.
And one more, John Lennon, Libra Sun, but with a Taurus moon. So slightly different, but the source connects him to a melodic revolutionary. His Libra harmony and idealism anchored in that earthy Taurus resilience, creating those enduring anthems. His legacy, romantic idealism anchored in material action.
Seeing those examples really helps make the archetype feel real, impactful.
Absolutely. These aren't just theories, they're lived potentials. And the source brings it back to the practical too, offering interactive elements, tools for your own Alchemist studio in 2025.
Okay, practical tools, what are they?
Well, one set is specifically for the Venus retrograde period later in the year. Moments to pause and reflect. It gives 3 really specific penetrating questions.
All right, what's the first one?
Where does my steward, that Taurus comfort-seeking, cling to comfort at the cost of my mediators, my Libra need for justice? Basically, where does security compromise fairness for you?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, number 2.
What beautiful compromise, that shadow Libra side, maybe superficial harmony, erodes my integrity? Where does keeping the peace mean sacrificing your truth?
Another deep one. And the third.
This one connects back to Pluto. How can my sensuality, that Taurus connection to pleasure, the physical, become a tool for relational healing? Engaging that Pluto 8th house transformation.
Wow.
How can embodiment help heal your connections?
These questions are, really designed to make you think about this specific archetype's challenges.
For sure. Then there's a specific ritual blueprint for the Taurus full moon in November 2025. It's called Sculpting Equilibrium.
A ritual. Tell me more.
Okay, so the source suggests gathering specific things.
Yeah.
Rose quartz for harmony, a green candle for Taurus growth, red clay for that earthy substance, and gold leaf for value and artistry.
Okay, got the materials. What's the process?
Light the candle, hold the quartz to your heart, set your intention for balance. Then sculpt the clay into a form representing that equilibrium you seek. Apply the gold leaf to infuse it with radiance and value. And then, the key step. Bury the sculpture in the earth.
You bury it. Why?
To ground the intention, rooting that desired balance in tangible reality, using your Taurus nature.
Makes sense. Grounding the intention physically. Very Taurus. Anything else practical?
Yes, for those moments of conflict, when you need both harmony and truth. An embodiment exercise called Breath of the Verdant Diplomat.
Verdant diplomat.
Okay.
How does that work?
You stand rooted, feet on the earth, hands in prayer pose at your heart. You inhale deeply, like for 4 counts, drawing earth energy up your legs. Hold for 2, feeling that Taurus stability. Then exhale for 6, humming Om and visualizing releasing rose gold light, that blend of Taurus, green, and Libra rose from your heart. Repeat it 5 times.
So it's a breathwork practice to integrate strength and grace in tense moments.
Exactly. A quick tool to find your center.
These are really tangible, beautiful ways to work with everything we've talked about. Does the source mention seeing this archetype reflected in culture, too?
It does, yeah. It points to cultural touchstones, stories, art, where you can see this dynamic playing out.
Like what?
Well, the film The Bet's Feast, that incredible meal prepared with such Taurus care, becomes the catalyst for Libra-like diplomatic transformation in that community.
Oh, I love that movie. Yes, I can see that.
Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice is mentioned too. His Taurus-like pride and status transformed by relational intelligence, leading to connection.
Okay, interesting take on Darcy.
Even architecture. Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water is cited. That perfect balance of Taurus grounding in nature with Libra elegance and harmony.
Right, the house over the waterfall. Yeah, I see the balance.
And in music, Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. That search for Libra's sacred balance, anchored in Taurus' earthy sensuality and human experience. It's fascinating to see these echoes.
It really is. So, looking forward, does the material talk about different ways the year could play out, like potential paths?
Yes, it offers a compelling section on future forecasting. It lays out 3 potential timelines, like different ways the garden you're tending this year could grow, depending on your choices.
3 timelines. Okay, what are they?
Well, there's the shadow path of unbalanced Taurus, the stagnant guardian, clinging to comfort, resisting change, prioritizing security over connection. The outcome: emotional calcification, missed connections. A gilded cage, basically.
Oof. Okay, not that one. What's the other shadow path?
That's unbalanced Libra, the porcelain peacekeeper. Suppressing your truth to keep harmony, losing yourself, becoming just decorative. The outcome is resentment, loss of identity, shallow connections. Like a perfect vase with plastic flowers.
Right, form over substance. Also not ideal. So what's the integrated path?
That's the potential of 2025. The Sculptor of Peace. This is where you actively revolutionize intimacy with vulnerability, Pluto 8th, build your career's artistry and service, Saturn 10th, and consciously create beauty that also serves justice.
So bringing it all together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The outcome is transformative relationships, an authentic public presence, becoming a beacon, the resonance, a garden where the sculptures actually bear living fruit, beauty that nourishes.
That's the goal. That sounds like the path to aim for.
Definitely. And the source wraps up with this really powerful message, an oracle's oath, specifically for you, calling 2025 your sacred embodiment.
That oath.
Yeah, it emphasizes you're not meant to choose between Libra's rose and Taurus's oak. You are the landscape where beauty becomes bedrock and justice takes root. It encourages letting Pluto burn away superficial intimacy, Neptune dissolve limiting dogmas, using Jupiter to expand your creativity.
Yeah.
Then it asks you to inwardly vow.
Okay.
I build bridges from unyielding stone. My hands craft peace. Where others plant thorns, justice blooms through roots of desire.
Wow. That's powerful. A real declaration. Does it highlight any specific dates to watch?
It does. Some key alignments in 2025 where this energy might peak. November 4th, the Taurus full moon. Great for that ritual. May 25th, Jupiter enters Gemini, igniting that creativity. August 5th, Venus retrograde starts, good for refining values. September 17th, a lunar eclipse in Taurus, urging release. And December 24th, Pluto goes direct, marking a key phase in that intimacy revolution.
Good dates to keep in mind. Lots to work with this year.
Absolutely. A transformative year ahead for the Sculptor of Peace.
As our cosmic journey concludes,
Dive deeper into your unique path.
request your email audio reading now.
Find the link to the description below.
Explore episode resources and links.
All details are waiting for you there.
Ignite, think, become.
Subscribe for Starlight Insights.
Thank you for joining us.